Hello, beautiful people. Monoliths. What the heck are they and why do they keep showing up? Um, all right, guys. So these silver monument things are showing up a lot. And what I have come to know about them is that they could be a manipulation to manipulate us into a fear paradigm so that we are more easily controlled. I'm going to talk more about this and I'm going to talk about other things that have shown up that are creating more fear and get us kind of thinking about things in a fearful way rather than in a way that creates more possibilities and less limitations for us. I am Rebecca Abraxas. We're here on this channel. We are remembering our greatness together. We're expanding consciousness and our awareness, which is key right now, guys. Key. Your awareness is key right now as we go forth into 2021. Okay, so these silver big monuments are showing up. I think there's even a few that showed up in Boulder, Colorado here. I don't know a lot about it, but my sense is that they are another tactic to get us revved up and worked up in our fear. Because as we know, and as we've been hearing, that when people are fearful, they're easier to manipulate and control. Okay. Now, I again speculate and just kind of wonder about our connection with alien races. And I feel like, particularly in the next few years, that we're going to have more information about that and how they've been connecting with us already on planet Earth. And that's going to be coming out. And perhaps bigger forces in this country and on the planet don't really want us to have a positive connection with them for whatever reason. And perhaps there's a lot for us to learn from alien races. Perhaps they're going to teach us about our personal power and our ability to have extra sensing or telepathy or different things that might give us more intuitive powers, right? Um, Maybe not even powers, but just our get to know our capacities as a human with a light body. I don't know if the powers that be really want us to come into that power, which they probably know of already and probably are using themselves. So, guys, could the monoliths be a form of manipulation to keep us in fear? Now, remember back in the summer when they were having all the protests, there was these crazy piles of bricks that would show up at the protests. Like, here, have a brick. um, and it seemed like there was some manipulation going on to create more aggression, for the protests. So, how many of us bought into that? Bought into the manipulation that, you know, the protests were violent and aggressive and we needed to be scared again. So it's funny how we're starting to see things just show up to try to guide us into certain areas of thought that would not be unifying but polarizing. So it's super, super important that we really use our awareness and be unmanipulatable. So would you be willing to be, let's see, manipulator. Would you be willing to not be manipulated? Okay. It's that easy. It's that easy of a choice. We don't have to be manipulated. So if we see something strange, see something different, pull back, pause, get on your meditation pillow, go for a walk, ask for guidance, ask for your higher self to give you some input. It's super important to own our own awareness these days, guys. So, today it's monoliths. This summer it was piles of bricks. Who knows what's going to be next, right? Um, Guys, take a step back, get on your meditation pillow, take a walk in nature, sit still, sit with the question, what is this? Is this something to be concerned with? You know? Um, I promise you, some awareness will come to you that will give you some ease, that will give you some perspective. Okay? Following just the collective herd right now isn't going to help you, isn't going to help your awakening, your ascension, isn't going to help unify this planet. It's just going to be creating more and more polarity and fear on the planet. So, what are some other ways that you have noticed that our society, in some form of group, has been manipulating us? We see it almost every day on the media. We're manipulated only to certain things to see. Um, it's sad that our media is really not about informing us and giving us news. It's about manipulating us in a certain direction. So we really have to put our awareness antenna up, and we really have to unhook from the media. Okay. It's really important right now to kind of live in a little bit of a bubble, outside of media and papers and just a mainstream communication. Um, if your news feeds on your social media is really riddled with news and polarizing information, you get to manipulate that. Social media is really manipulatable. I know my Facebook feed and my Instagram feeds are super uplifting and super positive and super light. And I love going on there because I get really inspired. Now, if you're going onto your social media and you're seeing tons of polarity and tons of like news feeds, that's because that's what you've been looking at, because the algorithm will give you more of what you keep looking at, or the friends that you're following and stuff. It'll find the people and the things that you're aligning with and give you more of it. So, what your feeds look like is a really good indicator of where you're putting your focus. And if it's creating fear and division and more polarity, then I would say to start focusing somewhere else, finding more high vibe, more uplifting friends, less controversial people, and see if you can change your news feeds. So, what we practice, we become. I know this, I've lived that. What you practice, you become. Are you going to practice being manipulated? Are you going to practice being in fear? Are you going to practice being always looking over your shoulder? Or are you going to practice decreasing polarity? Are you going to practice love vibrations? Are you going to practice unity? Are you going to practice really tuning in to each other's light? So, what we practice, we become. These monoliths, just look at them as some kind of interesting feature that showed up. They're shiny and fun. And I did watch a video a few days ago. Lori Ladd was talking about these. She was saying that it's not a sign from light beings, from light aliens. She was saying she's a channel for Palladians and the Galactic Federation, and she was saying that they wouldn't do it that way. They would just come out and connect with people. So humans like doing things this way. Humans like to put the scare factor up. So humans are behind the monoliths, groups of humans that want to manipulate large groups of people into a certain mindset. So, what would it take again to not be manipulatable? And so whether it's my channel or someone else's, there are ways to help you meditate, help you find higher vibrations. On my channel, I have Reiki and light language and meditations and affirmations and all things that can help you settle into you and raise your vibration so that you're not manipulated anymore. Okay. And so manipulation is just basically trying to corral people into a certain frequency. And we even do it ourselves, right? With parenting or with our colleagues, if we're wanting a certain outcome, what do? We do different things to manipulate. It's just trying to get the outcome we want. It gets kind of a bad rap. It gets a bad rap because of things like this. When you have scare tactics to get people manipulated into fear so that they're more controllable. And so this is where we have to really get sovereign in our connection to our higher self and to source, and to really trust life and trust ourselves, that we don't have to follow this collective mentality of fear and polarization. So this isn't a super long video today, but I did want to just come on here and just talk about this. Where are you feeling a choiceless reality? Meaning, where do you feel like hopeless and fear and what's the outcome of what's going to happen um, with our country, with our world? Okay. A lot of us, we're home and we don't have a lot of community right now. We feel isolated, we feel alone. Um, don't give in to that. You're never alone, okay? Go alone, go sit on your meditation pillow alone and tune into how not alone you are. Just being an energy light body of this huge universe. You're never truly alone. So we start to trust here more. And even though we are physically not with someone right now, maybe, but like we still are super, super connected and never alone. So, beautiful people, stay in your awareness, stay in your connection to the universe. You're never alone. And really just ask some questions. What is this? What do I know about this? What perception and awareness can I have that would put me at ease with this? So, beautiful people, go have yourselves a wonderful day connected to your wholeness, and find the beauty. Find the beauty. Namaste.